University of Alabama. I'm Corey Buchanan, and here with me is Julia Alexander. Julia?
Thanks, Corey. A new growing problem is affecting the lives of young adults today: cyberbullying. The principle of bullying isn't new, but with Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and other social networking sites becoming even more popular, so is cyberbullying.
The issue has recently been in the national media due to the death of a Rutgers student in September. The student jumped off the George Washington Bridge, apparently after his roommates streamed live video of him from his dorm. Through this tragic event, others are now realizing cyberbullying is a real problem and looking for ways to stop it.
Since cyberbullying occurs online instead of at a school or playground, it often goes unnoticed, making it hard to stop. New Jersey has led the way, though, with the Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights proposed earlier this week. To see how the problem is affecting others, we now send you to our field reporter, Jessica West, who is standing by. Jessica?
Thanks, Julia. I'm Jessica West, here with Whitney Davidson, whose son has recently suffered the effects of cyberbullying. Hi, Miss Davidson. How have you been dealing with the incident of your son's death?
It's been extremely difficult dealing with the loss of our son. He was such a brilliant, wonderful young man. You just never think that your children are going to go first.
Did you notice any warning signs previous to your son's death?
Since he was off at school, we didn't have much communication, so we didn't see very many signs like a typical parent would see if their child was being cyberbullied. Our phone conversations were basically like normal, you know. Boys aren't going to give their mothers so much detail on the phone. He, however, was bullied all through grade school, probably because he was the smart kid. But we thought once he got to college that he would find his niche.
What would be your advice to other families who are going through similar situations?
My advice is to talk with your children and know them as best as you can. If I had taken the time to talk with Phil a little bit more and get to know him and his personal life while he was away at school, maybe suicide wouldn't have been his answer. Also, check with your kids, have a talk with them, and see if maybe the online programs that they're using are the best ones that can be used. Maybe there are other ones that protect them from cyberbullying or have laws against different words and comments that you can use.
Ms. Davidson, what kind of positive or negative response would you say that you've gotten from your close friends and family and your community?
Well, most everyone in our community has been fairly supportive, while others in the vast public have been able to relate to the situation in some way. Whether it's they've been personally cyberbullied, they've had someone in their family who's committed suicide, or they've just been bullied on the playground. I know Phil, his dreams, his aspirations, and his values, and I know that suicide would not have been his answer. However, once you're bullied so much, you lose your self-confidence and your self-esteem, and he just needed a way out. And I think if we talk to our children, then we can help alleviate this problem.
Thank you, Ms. Davidson, for being with us today and sharing your story. Hopefully it'll help some other family who's going through a similar situation.
Thank you.
Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Jessica. And now let's take a look at this short clip on cyberbullying.
Teenagers have probably been bullying and pushing each other around since the beginning of time. But now with technology like texting and IMing and MySpace and YouTube, bullies no longer have to confront their victims face to face. They can stay in the shadows and torture their targets anonymously. It's called cyberbullying. 13-year-old Megan Meyer was lured into believing she'd met a boy online who liked her. But when his messages turned hateful, Megan was crushed and ended up committing suicide. Megan's mother, Tina, struggled to make sense of her daughter's death. She was shocked to learn that Lori Drew, the mother of another neighborhood girl, was allegedly behind the prank that drove her daughter over the edge. Why do you think they did this? Why did they send those messages to your daughter? Do you know why?
I have a different feeling why than what they said in the police report. The police report states that Lori Drew, along with her 18-year-old employee and her 13-year-old daughter, created this fake boy to find out if my daughter was talking about her daughter behind her back. That was the sole purpose that they said they did it.
It's insane and crazy to me that this is an adult doing that.
Right. I don't hold the hate anymore that I did because hate is going to do nothing for me. So what I have to do is use the energy that I used to hold, the hate, and move that forward to try to help other children, other families, and use that energy now to show them that cyberbullying, bullying in general, that this is how fast and how quickly it can change and it can hurt lives.
Not only is bullying an issue on campuses across America, but it also hits home at the University of Alabama. Here's Jessica West, who's interviewing a victim of bullying right here on our campus. Jessica?
I'm Jessica West, and today I'm here with an anonymous student from the University of Alabama's campus to interview him on his experiences with cyberbullying. Thank you for being with us today. How would you describe your experience with cyberbullying?
Awful. It's truly awful. How people can use your name and create a fake Facebook profile is just despicable. I didn't even know the people who did it and haven't done anything to them, but oh well, they did it anyways. And the lies they printed were just despicable. That I was a druggie, that I was some kind of sex freak.
That sounds awful. How has the incident impacted your day-to-day life?
Since the incident occurred, plenty of people still believe the rumors to be true and still look at me funny. It's like being in junior high school. I mean, it's just awkward. But hopefully, sooner or later, things will return to normal, and I can go back to living my normal life.
That sounds awful. What advice do you have for others at home who may be going through similar situations?
I would tell others dealing with this to be strong and not afraid to talk about it with others instead of keeping it a secret and isolating yourself from others.
All right. Thank you, anonymous student, for being with us today.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
your story has helped many others. Back to you.
Thank you, Jessica. And you at home, if you have any questions about cyberbullying or may know someone being affected by this, go to www.preventbullies.com or call 1-800-HELP-NOW.
Thank you for watching WFRA News. For Jessica West, I'm Julia Alexander.
And I'm Corey Buchanan. Good night.